Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
So, how was your weekend? Second weekend in a row that huge things occurred. So, another big event in American history. Hope you're paying attention to this and soaking it all in. Stuff doesn't happen every day, you know? Or every year, or every decade even.
Every cycle. Yeah.
This is the first time in a really long time that president have stepped aside, especially after essentially winning the nomination. The only thing left is to officially accept it at the convention, and now, of course, he's not going to be doing that. So we'll get into that.
About that.
We're pretty sure about that, yes. Yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. Got a brand new bingo card this week. If you get bingo during the course of the week, you want to be the first to call 888-933-93 to win $30 worth of merchandise from PackRayMerch.com and a dozen Keksi Cookies from Keksi.com. So it starts in the upper left-hand corner.
And this is pinned to the top of Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
Pat's Computer Dings.
Oh.
All right.
When you get like an email or something, you know?
Okay. Jeffy says,
I got it.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, Jeffy is here today because he's my bitch. Welcome to it.
Why at all?
It's not. Why are you here? Oh. Why are you here? You were supposed to be a jury duty.
Yes, I was.
If I remember correctly.
That's correct.
That's correct. I was supposed to be in jury duty, and then I went to the website on Friday because I remembered on Friday morning. Oh man, I think Monday's my jury duty day.
Yeah,
which it was. I mean, I even had my little my juror tag. I was all ready to be a juror, and I filled out all the paperwork online, and I sent it in, and it was less than 3 hours. Your jury service has been completed, and you do not have to report. We have finalized all of the online panel assignments. Therefore, your appearance is not necessary. Your jury service is complete. There will be no payment for service since no appearance is required. Have a nice day.
So your service was completed before it even began.
Right.
Somebody did a background check on Jeff Fisher is the bottom line.
In the paperwork that you fill out, it asked what you do for a living.
Oh.
And who you work for.
Right.
And
you wrote judge people?
I happened to. I did. I judge people Monday through Friday on my own show.
Harshly. I judge people harshly Monday through Friday.
And then I was going to defer. You can defer. One time. No, doesn't matter the excuse. But then if you do that, which I clicked on, they give you their days. You can defer to these days, and that's it. And then I was like, nope. You know what? I'm just going to do it.
Yeah,
I'm just going to
get it out of the way.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm ready to go. And
it's your patriotic duty.
And then thanks to Paula Morales, the jury bailiff, you're done. Have a nice day. You don't need to show up.
Well, nice.
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay, so did you get to what the Jeffy's saying
I
here?
got it.
Yeah. Okay, you did it. All right.
I got it.
And we got the goat scream.
Wait,
that's not it.
That's not it.
That's not it.
No,
that's not the goat. It's it sounds like a person.
I got it around here somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
Oh yeah,
that's not a goat scream.
Stupid
Where
things,
is
right?
Guy? Yeah, he fell. I think he fell. And I didn't think.
Oh no.
Then me saying I miss him like a dad. Lee Greenwood still introducing Trump at the RNC. Unwashed masses. President, my boss.
It was President, my boss.
Because he couldn't remember the name Obama. It's too difficult. You know, he only served with him for 8 years. How are you going to remember the guy's name spur of the moment like that? And Keith says,
what in the world?
We got...
it's people. Soylent Green is made out of people.
Soylent Green is people!
Still one of my favorites.
What makes me laugh about that the most is that's the end.
Yeah, the very end of the show.
You sat through a god-awful movie just to get to that.
Credits roll after that. Nothing else. Then
just because someone puts a microphone in your face doesn't mean you have to speak.
Okay. Joe says
it wasn't about just anyway.
Monkeys will fly out my butt. Do we have the audio?
Oh, no.
And then there's Mowrey. Don't you know me? Don't you know me? I guess it's from right? It's from that. Don't you know me?
Have to be, yeah.
Then we got the Fetterman situation.
No.
There it is. No. Keith.
Okay, we got what artist
rendering?
We got a lot of these in the collection. I should auction these off. There's Paris 2024.
I saved all of mine.
By the way, here's the goat scream that you'll hear at some point.
Oh, good.
There you go.
Okay, there it is. All the things.
Behold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Oh, you know the thing.
He's so good.
So it's not all the things. It's
Not
you
sure
know the
what
thing.
That is. I'm not sure if that's something else.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we'll pretend it's Biden and you know the thing.
Right. Jeffy says.
My man Lester Holt.
From Joe, the idea. We don't have that one either. We'll get that. Me saying pumpkin. Irregardless, which is not a word, by the way. Wailing and gnashing of teeth, usually preceded by weeping, wailing, and gnashing of teeth. Joe versus the teleprompter.
Oh, gosh.
Any clip of him doing that?
I mean, any clip we have of him speaking really is him versus the teleprompter.
Pretty much.
Folks, imagine what we can do next. 4 more years.
Pause. There it is. There it is. Keith.
Counting down to football. Okay, we're getting there.
And then finally, what is this? Russia. There it is.
Awesome.
There's the fabulous bingo sheet selected especially for you this week. All right, so we know the president has stepped down from the campaign, not from the presidency, which doesn't make any sense to anyone.
Nope.
Why would, if you're not competent to run for re-election, you're certainly not competent enough to finish your term,
and
right?
that may be coming, right?
I doubt it. Maybe.
Boy, I hope
I
so.
doubted this, so who knows? Maybe.
Do you think the gravitas of the presidency under Kamala Harris for a few months here would help her more than putting her out there on full display so that people can see how unqualified and incompetent she really is?
Be interesting. It's possible.
Yeah, it is. Actually, it is.
Make her the president now? Let's go. Then do it right now.
Make her the president now.
Right.
Hunter has dropped his case against Fox News.
Did he?
Just a coincidence.
Did he now?
And and now's the time for Joe and Jill just to go away.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I feel that he's going to at least be president long enough to give Hunter some federal pardons.
Well, he said he wasn't going to do that.
Sure he did. He also said he was not going to run again. And,
yeah, it's true.
And he decided
And he said he
was.
wasn't going to drop out.
Yeah.
And he
Right.
thinks,
Right.
we can do this all day.
Everything he says is a lie.
Yeah, that's correct.
But here's the letter he wrote.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Good. He wrote it.
Yeah. Wink, wink. My fellow Americans, over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. Have you? Yeah, we've progressed right down the hill toward complete and total destruction. So if that's what you mean, you're exactly
So
right.
funny. I love this. I read this letter to my family yesterday when it first dropped. I did the same thing through the whole thing. I could. You can't read
Yeah, I
it
know.
and not stop.
It's true. And then there's a bunch of blah, blah, blah. It's been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president. And while it's been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it's in the best interest of my party and my country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term.
That's what scares me.
I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all those who have worked so hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work. And let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you've placed in me. Yeah, we did.
Sure we did.
You don't need to bother thanking me for that because I never placed any faith or trust in you.
Maybe it's me being picky, but he literally put party before country.
I thought the same thing.
Yes.
Was about
So
to
it's
go
not.
there.
So it's not.
Yes.
Me. It's not me being picky.
Right. No,
Okay.
it is not you
No,
being
it is
picky.
not.
Nope. Country should have come before the
Best
party.
interest
But
of my party and country.
Well,
as George Washington pointed out, that doesn't happen. And that's why he didn't want the party system.
And definitely not an endorsement in there of Kamala in that original letter.
Right.
And then it was just a few minutes later.
wasn't long.
He tweeted, because we know he wrote the letter, then he tweeted. 'Cause I'm sure the man has never logged into a social media account bearing his name once in his life.
He tweeted, "My fellow Democrats, I've decided not to accept the nomination and to focus my energies, all my energies, on my duties as president for the remainder of my term. My very first decision as the party nominee in 2020 was to pick Kamala Harris as my vice president. And it's been the best decision I've made." Oof, you made some bad decisions there. Wow.
I mean, we all know that.
Today, I want to offer my full support and endorsement for Kamala to be the nominee of our party this year. Democrats, it's time to come together and beat Trump. Let's do this.
They couldn't put that in the original letter?
No.
Why was that not?
There wasn't enough
I don't know.
room. There was not enough room.
Because he signed
There wasn't
the
enough
other
room on
one.
the paper.
And then
There wasn't
that was
enough?
just
No.
we know for a fact KJP has access to Joe Biden's social media because she's accidentally tweeted
Yep.
under the wrong account before. So
Yep.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. Joe Biden may not even realize that he's out of the race at this
right.
point.
I'll tell you one thing
You make that case.
was pretty obvious was when Barack Obama endorsed the nomination process.
Right?
Not Kamala Harris. I love that. I endorse the process. Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
I'm sure
that-
Kamala thanks you
That
for
is
that.
very, very telling.
Sure is.
Because as I
yeah.
tweeted out yesterday, I don't believe that Kamala Harris is the nominee until Barack Obama says she's the nominee.
Right.
And if he's endorsing the process, she's not the nominee.
Just as Joe Biden was going to run for re-election, he was going to stay in this race until he got word from other people that Obama was saying it's time for him to move aside. And so he moved aside.
I mean,
It was only a few days after that leaked. They leaked it that Obama had been telling insiders that, yeah, he's got to go. And then he did.
I mean, you made him help you off the stage, bro.
Yeah, really bad. Really bad. So it'll be interesting to see who else he would endorse. I don't know who that would be. You got to believe Gavin Newsom's going to jump into this thing. Gretchen Whitmer.
Nightmare.
Andy Bashir might be the. I think Kamala's got him pegged as her vice presidential running mate. I don't know how he helps her, but nobody could help her win. I hope. I don't know. Does this make it better, worse, or about the same for Donald Trump's chances of winning?
I don't know. Now would be a good time for Don just to sit back and let it roll, because he's in front. He's strong. He's powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, his rally in Michigan was, rock star performance, rock star crowds, and just, don't be you. This is not. He's not. Which won't happen.
Right.
Which won't happen because he's just going to, become the Donald Trump of old, only on Truth Social instead of on X. So,
Wait, hold on a second. Chris, we have poll numbers already
I have
here?
a poll that they did when all this happened, and according to this poll, Trump leads by 2.
Over Harris.
Kamala Harris.
by 2.
47-45.
Come on.
Stop it.
I don't know.
Stop
that was
it.
So
That's way too.
Well, now
That's
I
way
saw
too high.
battleground polls. I didn't send those in, but battleground polls last week in a hypothetical matchup, state to state. I mean, it was double digits in many states of Trump over Harris.
Well, that's good.
So, for what
That's
that's
good.
worth. But I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think you debate her. Or whoever the nominee is, I think you just call them illegitimate at this point because clearly, the party that
I already
believes in
debated-
democracy.
Yeah, I already debated your guy.
Yep.
That 14 million people
And I
voted
ran him
for.
off.
Yeah. Ran him right off. She's not good, though. He beat her. He metaphorically beat her brains in.
But he would look. He might look bad.
Yeah,
beating
and then
up
it
on
would
women.
look
Why
like a
would you take
bully.
the risk?
Yeah.
You're a big
Beating up a
mean
woman.
bully.
Yeah.
Plus, I think your boy Keith said that he was the only one that beats Trump in the polls, right?
Who's my boy?
Head on. Don't pretend.
What are we talking about? Do you listen to the show? I've already said who I'm voting for.
Don't even pretend. Who's my boy?
So RFK comes out yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And he makes it clear that he's not going away. And
why should he? This is good.
Right.
This is good for him.
100%.
It's good for him.
And I absolutely think he's going to Chicago to force the issue. Let's have a floor vote. Let's fight this out of the convention. That's what I anticipate from RFK.
That's not what he said though. Yesterday he talked about
but he kinda,
you can vote for Democrat or you can vote Republican, but I'm your only vote.
He said that, but he also said in response to a reporter's question that if the Democrat Party wants to come and approach him, he would definitely talk with them.
Wow.
Oh,
so
did he say that?
Yes, he's like
interesting.
I'd listen to him. So,
oh man, there's no way they hate him now.
They absolutely hate him, and you know why they hate him? They could have. This whole thing is many people are suspecting that this whole thing was a sham, and they knew they were going to get rid of Joe Biden from the start, but they couldn't do it any sooner. Because then that would open the door for RFK to be their nominee. If you remember, they boxed him out.
Yep.
And you can ask yourself why the Democrat Party wouldn't want an RFK candidacy nomination. And I don't know. It's because he's not one of them. He's really not. Maybe on policy and ideology. But they have used that office for nothing but corruption and self-aggrandizing and making money and all the back channels and the deep state and all that stuff. And RFK's not going to play ball in that aspect. They're not about policy. They're about using the office for corruption and self-gain, financially speaking.
Yeah.
And I don't think that he represents that, and so therefore they're going to continue to box him out.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
policy, yes. But that other stuff that they use the office for.
And until last weekend, they wouldn't even give him Secret Service detail.
Right.
That's how much they hate him. They hate him so much that they used his family against him. That's pretty ugly.
That is ugly.
That's really ugly. I mean, let's not forget what kind of people they are. The leaders in the Democrat Party are just despicable people. And they'll stop at nothing to have their way and to maintain power. And things are looking really bad for them right now. Really bad. They're in chaos over who the nominee is going to be.
Oh, yeah.
They've got a Senate race, Senate races all over the country that do not favor them at all. They're going to lose the Senate.
That's a shame.
Yeah, the majority is going to go to Republicans, almost certainly, unless something really incredible happens between now and Election Day. The House is within their reach, but I think Republicans keep the House. So if they win all three, then it's going to be a bad day for them. It's going to be a really bad day. And that's one of the reasons they forced Biden out so bad. It was because they were worried about the down ticket. Whoever else is on the ticket is going to lose when everybody's going Republican.
Yeah.
So
you talked about the chaos in the party still. The message is not getting transmitted. I would love to see a behind the scenes. I'm sure there'll be a tell-all book about what happened yesterday behind the scenes. But you had the campaign tweeting out videos about Biden's first 100 days. Shout out to Pathead Mexi Melt for showing me that there was a tweet basically laying out the agenda for the first 100 days under the Biden campaign headquarters.
Yeah, so yesterday morning, they're still talking about the first 100 days of Biden's presidency.
Yeah, so at 12:26 p.m.,
wow,
they posted out about the first 100 days. At 12:46 p.m., I think these are Central Times, was the letter that got released. So 20 minutes after.
Gosh.
So 100 days. This is so,
one hand doesn't know what the other
shout
one
out to
is.
Mexi-Melt on this one.
Interesting.
20 minutes between, here's what we're going to do our first 100 days to, I'm stepping down. And on top of that, the Biden HQ Twitter account, it doesn't exist anymore. And they
quickly. It's already gone.
Here's the chaos. It went from go put that back up. You're good. Biden HQ to Kamala HQ to now.
Oh man,
it doesn't even exist.
And you know what else is interesting is that all of a sudden, after having been tested right after the debate for COVID, and he tested negative because he was sick. Remember, so he was so sick they even tested him for COVID and he didn't have it. Then all of a sudden, now he does. Now he's got to go isolate.
Yep.
So he can't actually make the announcement
We don't
to
even
the
have
American people on video or from a press conference.
We don't have
or
we don't have anything. We don't have a
nothing.
picture of
We
him
got
signing
nothing.
the letter.
Wait, you mail a letter? What is this, 1893? You send a letter out that you're stepping down? That's pretty weird. But it fits the whole COVID thing. I wonder if
Yes,
they're
it
even
does.
faking that
Well,
so that he
I don't
could
know that-
isolate
Yeah.
and he can't be around
Hide
the
him.
cameras.
I don't
Hide him.
know that anyone believes
Yeah.
he has COVID.
Hide him so he's not
Really?
near a
Hide
microphone
him.
and he blows this whole thing while we're working
Right.
up
Because
behind the
remember,
scenes.
after
Yep.
they announced he had COVID, when he was boarding the plane, which was horrible look for him, and
Oh, my
exiting
gosh.
the plane,
Terrible.
which was a horrible look
And they
for
can
him.
blame that on COVID
And
because they
getting
said
on
he
the-
had it.
Okay, but
Yeah.
these people are the ones that believe in masks.
Right.
No one.
No mask.
Not a single person wearing masks.
Right. Interesting.
So
It's
you say
interesting.
Kamala HQ is now back up and running, Chris.
Yes.
So now it's
what happened
all right.
was they went from Biden HQ to Kamala HQ.
Oh, so that means
Wow.
it probably had to
So
go.
this is Biden HQ went offline yesterday.
Yeah. Something
get
went
branded.
wrong. Try
Yeah,
again.
They had to wait to get the
But
go-ahead
to the
from-
point about
Yes.
the chaos
Yeah.
behind the scenes, even the co-chair, Cedric Richmond, was on Meet
Yeah.
the Press yesterday. Just
With no idea,
maybe, I don't even know what time this was, maybe 90 minutes before he sends out the letter saying he's withdrawing. The campaign co-chair doesn't even get the message.
Check this out.
Congressman, we heard, as you know, before you, from two allies of Joe Biden who have now changed their position. And we now look at the tally of roughly 40 lawmakers who have called for Joe Biden to step aside. Clearly, leadership is setting up a permission structure for lawmakers to come out and say these things.
Permission structure. I
Has
like
Joe
that.
Biden lost control of the Democratic Party?
No. Not at all. Say
No,
it.
he's not. And he's heard those concerns, and I want to be crystal clear.
All right.
He's made a decision.
Yeah.
And that decision is
Great.
to accept the nomination.
Okay,
and
this is
run
embarrassing.
for re-election, win re-election. And I think that there are those out there that need to hear it again, that he made a decision. He's going to be the candidate. He's going to be the
Okay.
next president.
Oh.
And now it's time to focus on the threat that Donald Trump poses.
Yeah, I need to hear it
and
again. Tell me one more
what
time.
the extreme agenda is on the other side.
Yeah, tell me again. All right?
Well,
they
no
need
time.
to hear it again.
No time.
And I really need to hear it now because I'm thinking he's not in it at all. And I'm thinking he wrote a letter about that and announced it to the whole nation. So,
Unbelievable. I mean, there is chaos.
Oh, my
I
gosh.
think yesterday came down to who had access to whose social media and who got the old man to sign what Christina Pushaw of the DeSantis team said, hey, Joe, and it was yesterday, was National Ice Cream Day. Sign this proclamation for National Ice Cream Day, which is ironic in of itself. Huh? Okay. Next thing you know, he's out of the race. Which, by the way, a lot of people...
He still has the power, though, to declare it National Ice Cream Day, right? He
Well,
didn't.
He missed
already
it. He missed it.
National
It's already
Sorry, you missed it. That was yesterday, bro.
Can't take that
Sorry
away
about
from us.
that.
Shoot.
I think that this was interesting from Ed O'Keefe that the 2024 will be the first presidential election since 1976 without a Bush, Clinton, or Biden on the ticket.
Interesting.
Oh.
Wow.
What a shame.
Yeah, what a shame. What a shame.
That says everything that's wrong with
The
American
times,
politics.
they are finally a-changing.
Joe Manchin might be getting in. How excited are you
hope
for
so.
that?
Seriously?
Yeah.
He's made. Oh,
He's
they
like,
hate
I might
him,
become
too.
a Democrat again and run.
My
okay,
gosh.
you do that,
Oh,
bro.
wow. What a treat that would be. Huh?
I mean, I don't think he's going to do that because they're going to bring back your boy, Dick Gephardt. I mean, if-
Yeah, that's what I'm holding
if
out
Dick
for.
gets in,
I'm holding out for Dick. Yep,
And by the way, two important battleground states,
so to speak.
Nevada and Wisconsin, pointed out by MJ Truth Ultra that they don't allow the withdrawal from the ballot for any reason besides death. That's Wisconsin, and Biden
Okay.
hasn't died.
Nope.
Technically.
So will their nominee be on the ticket? Or will it be Joe Biden?
And then
You know they're going to change it.
yes, that's
Regardless,
right.
they will change
yes.
and Nevada has the same
What
thing.
rules do they follow?
It has to
Their
be
own.
a death or the candidate has to
So
be
Wisconsin and
insane
Nevada.
or mentally incompetent, which again...
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, you could make
So
a
unless
case.
the 25th Amendment comes into play, so in other words, for
Interesting.
Wisconsin, he has to
Jeez.
die, and then for Nevada, he has to die or be mentally incapacitated.
Well, they fulfilled that.
But Democrats don't ever pay attention to rules,
No,
so
that's right.
keep
No,
on
don't change
steamrolling
that.
ahead, y'all.
Yep, absolutely.
This is unprecedented. We need to change that. Okay.
Did you guys see the essay written by Aaron Sorkin? Aaron Sorkin is a great writer. I love his stuff, but he's agonizing to listen to politically. But he's brilliant. He's a genius writer, and I love his wit. He's just a nightmare politically.
Right.
And he hates Trump. Hates Trump's guts. So he wrote this essay to Democrats that, hey, you know what you should do is nominate Mitt Romney for president. I like that. Okay. Yes.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That
it is.
says a lot, though.
It does say a lot, doesn't
Romney's
it?
politics.
But he says it'll come closer to bringing the country together, at least, and his fear, of course, is the person he considers to be a madman, which is Donald Trump.
Right.
And so he's willing to resort to absolutely anything to avoid President Trump.
It would be a point of we need to unify.
Right.
I mean, that's
Right.
obviously his point.
He says the problem in the real world is that there isn't a Democrat who's polling significantly better than Biden. And quitting, as heroic as it may be, this was before he quit, as it may be in this case, doesn't really put a lump in our throats. Then he proposed that Democrats nominate Mitt Romney. Nominating Romney would be putting our money where our mouth is, a clear and powerful demonstration that this election isn't about what our elections are usually about, but about stopping a deranged man from taking power. Surely Mr. Romney, who doesn't have to be introduced to voters, would peel off enough Republican votes to win, probably by a lot. The double haters would be turned into single haters, and the Nikki Haley voters would have somewhere to go. Ms. Haley, having disqualified herself when she endorsed the leader of an unsuccessful attempt to overthrow the government. Shut up. Does Romney support abortion rights? No. Does he want to aggressively raise the minimum wage, bolster public education, strengthen unions, expand transgender rights, and enact progressive tax reform? Probably not. But is he a cartoon thug who did nothing but watch TV while the mob assembled, beat and used tasers on police officers? No.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean,
What is it?
He's psychotic. He's just psychotic. The not Trump candidate needs only one qualification: to win enough votes from a cross-section of Americans to close off the former president's electoral path back to power. And on he goes. But kind of interesting that they're that desperate,
right,
that they would suggest a Republican, I mean a rhino,
in name only.
But yes, but that's where they are now. They hate Trump so much that some would be willing to nominate Mitt Romney.
You bet they would.
Incredible. It's incredible. The just insane hatred they have for him. I don't know why. I don't know from whence it comes. They used to love him. These same people loved him when he was doing The Apprentice. They loved him in 2012. They loved him right up until he announced for the nomination, for the Republican nomination in 2016. I mean, up to and including people like Joe Scarborough and Mika.
Yeah.
Those people all loved him.
Sure did.
To the point where they were asking him they had him on the show. And you remember somebody recorded them during the break asking him, so what do you want to talk about now? Where should we go? Where would you like us to take you on this wonderful adventure of this really tough interview we're giving you right now? They invited him to their wedding, if you remember correctly. And I think by the time the wedding happened, I think they'd had a falling out by then.
Yeah,
but
the security will shoot you dead if you show up.
Right.
I'm sorry, it's just not happening.
I believe we have some more information on the assassination attempt as well, and we'd love to hear your thoughts on Joe dropping out. Does that make things better, worse, or about the same for Donald Trump and his re-election bid? 888-900-3393 with your thoughts. More coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Great to have you with us. Got some tweets here. Giblets tweets, the Biden 2024 campaign did not Epstein itself. Bunter Hayden, crack connoisseur, is Joe Biden alive? Has anyone heard anything from him?
I know.
Strange. Charles Sanders, did anyone notice Biden's letter wasn't on campaign or White House letterhead? Has anyone told Joe he's been replaced with Kamala?
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, look at the signatures. Look at this. The signatures are different there, are they not?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody is
different.
I mean, look at that.
The one on the right is from yesterday, and the one on the left is what, Chris?
That's the
standard?
official presidential signature.
Okay.
A little off.
Yeah, a little off.
And you're going to sign like that if you're sick and don't feel well. You're
Oh, there you go.
That's
there
the
you
Jeffy
go.
we're going to get for
That's
this.
your COVID-19
That's your COVID
signature.
signature.
That's all that is.
You could barely get up. Struggling.
And from Stinky Biscuit,
Not the same.
guessing Joe will step down so Kamala won't have to go through primary debates and a chance of being overthrown at the convention. The convention is going to be fascinating.
Yes, it is.
It really is.
By the way, Kamala Harris has already raised $50 million since yesterday's announcement.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
What?
And then I just saw a thing,
Jeez.
I haven't clicked on it, but the headline from the New York Post says,
Gotta be kidding.
Biden delayed dropping out partly because he doubted Kamala Harris' chances against Trump.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I don't know about that.
I don't know either.
I think he delayed because Jill told him to delay.
And during his cognizant moments, he is too egomaniacal to ever step down on his own. He believes he's the best for the job. In fact, he believes he's the best president we've ever had.
Yeah.
In his own mind, that's where he is. It's hard to believe. That shows you how demented he is.
The irony of the Democrats headed for Chicago, after 1968 and what is happening now within the party is so rich.
Yep.
This could get very interesting.
It's already pretty interesting.
Yes, it
and
is.
it's going to get even more so. But let's not lose sight of the fact that Joe Biden has stepped aside. The cadaver-in-chief has left the race. The word-salad chick now takes his place. She got where she is by sleeping around. For being stupid, she is renowned. So there you go.
For being stupid, she is renowned.
Yeah, I had to go the whole way to do that.
Okay.
Voice wasn't really up to it right there.
Now, what was the second verse again? Maybe we get that one again. What was it?
What?
About Kamala?
Yeah.
So just read it to us here.
The cadaver-in-chief has left the race.
Got it.
The word salad chick now takes his place.
Word salad chick. Awesome. Love
She
it.
got where she is by sleeping around.
Yes, she did.
For being stupid, she is renowned.
How do you teach
Are you going to
your
put the lyrics on the
daughters
back of the
to
DVD
not?
or the CD? Or
Yeah.
How do you teach your daughters to not sell themselves short in this society? Because there's someone right there that we're discussing this morning who's climbed quite high by doing some interesting things
that only females could do. That's wonderful.
It's wonderful. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if that's her campaign promise, I may change my vote.
Well, let's do a little flashbacking and find Kamala introducing herself.
Oh gosh, remember this?
Good afternoon. I want to welcome these leaders for coming in to have this very important discussion about some of the most pressing issues of our time.
Nice mask.
I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her. I am a woman sitting at the table wearing a blue suit.
Oh my gosh.
And
It's terrible.
That is bizarre.
Yeah.
Just terrible.
Wait, how do you know you're a woman? Are you a biologist?
Oh.
How do you know
This
that?
may have even been before that.
Her pronouns were
'cause
she,
she was
her.
still wearing a mask.
So, yeah, that's great. How stupid. I mean, do we really have to stoop to that?
That's
you're
why
sitting
I
there
say,
telling us your pronouns.
Make her president before noon today, so that there are more clips of her doing stupid crap like that.
Yeah.
For Americans to see.
Well, but you're going to find her laughter so infectious.
Because it is.
It is.
Because it is.
It's infectious.
It is.
It's an infection, all right.
Listen to
her nervous.
How long can Pat make it through this montage?
Poor hubby.
Not so terrible.
And usually for no reason. No apparent reason.
It's that nervous, man.
Yep.
Really? Is it that funny on Beast TV? Okay. All righty.
Colbert was like, this is awkward.
And that's his girl.
How long is this?
Too long.
It's already way
my
too
gosh.
long.
Can't do that.
That's where she was laughing about killing Trump.
Oh, really?
On Ellen.
Oh, my.
Yeah. He joked about coming off.
Wow. Pause that for a second.
That's where she was joking about being on an elevator. Ellen asked her, you have to be on an elevator with, she named the list. One of them on the list was Donald Trump. And she says, we both have to come out alive.
How funny is that now? How funny.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting. We should dig that up and play that again because that's fascinating. Also, let's not forget that, she thinks about, the present and the future unburdened by what has been in the past. You have to. Just
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
Oh.
You know?
Can be so much.
Unburdened by what has been. What can be.
Always the hand gesture, too.
Unburdened by what has been. What can be. Unburdened by what has been. What can be.
So there's no one told her.
Unburdened.
Stop it.
By what has been. What we can see, what we
loves it,
believe
though.
can
She
be.
does.
Unburdened by what has
This is
what
her G story
be.
for Joe.
Yeah. She thinks it's
Unburdened by
a
what has
brilliant
been. What
line
can be.
for some reason.
And the point
Unburdened
of
by
just...
what has been. What can be. Unburdened by what has been. What can be.
Mm-hmm.
Unburdened by what has been.
Has been.
What can be.
Yeah.
Unburdened by who we have been. What can be.
Screwed it up.
Unburdened by what has been. Where we can be, unburdened by where we have been, and unburdened by where we are right now.
Oh
what
my
can
gosh.
Be,
Mix it up.
unburdened by what has been. What can be, unburdened by what has been. What can be, unburdened by what has
How
been.
are you not
What
embarrassed
could
by
be
this?
I mean, I'm embarrassed for her.
I am too.
What can be.
Remember how she got to the top.
By what has
Not a lot of shame
what
there,
can
Pat.
be.
That's true.
Unburdened by what has been.
All right,
what
I got
can
it.
Be.
We can
Unburdened
envision
by
what
has
can
been.
be.
What can
Unburdened, if you will, by what has been. So, no, I didn't do that. What can be?
Yeah.
Unburdened by what has been.
Thank you.
Okay.
Much better with the hand gestures.
Remember, we
way
had reports of her when she was first running, which, I mean, she got out early because no one liked her.
Right. She got her ass kicked.
Her staff in California said that they would do all this prep for her to give her speeches or talk to people or to wherever she's supposed to go, and she would never look at it, and then she would do her unburdened and do her BS and look dumb and then blame them because they didn't prep her enough, and they're like, we had everything for you, you never looked at it, you thought you could pull it off. And I mean, that's what was reported.
Yeah.
And I believe it. I mean, she certainly appears to be someone who isn't prepared.
Well, we've learned you can over-prepare, though.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
So what we've seen is that she's not over-prepared.
No, she is not.
So that's a really good thing.
You know what? It is.
Because look what the over-preparation did to Joe Biden.
Right.
Yeah.
You
don't want the same problem.
No, you don't. As we get to know her a little bit better, let's remind you that she wants to ban plastic straws.
Oh, no.
Leaders have to lead, and
plastic
we can
straws are a big thing right now.
Yeah.
Do you ban
my
plastic
gosh.
straws?
I think we should.
I think we should.
Yes.
I think we
I mean,
should.
look,
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
look.
It's really difficult to drink out of a paper straw when you if you don't gulp it down immediately, it starts to bend,
Yes.
and then the little thing catches it, and then
What the
so we
hell?
got to kind of perfect that one a little bit more.
Oh, we know that you know how to use a straw, miss.
I mean, we got it. Yeah, innovation is a process, right? You don't just do it. Innovation is a process, but let's encourage innovation, and I think we could do a little bit better than some of those flimsy plastic straws. But we do need to ban the plastic.
All right, we're gonna have much more with Senator.
Yeah, terrible answer, and so
because she has no idea what she's talking.
None.
We do have the Trump.
We do Trump. Kamala and Ellen talking about Trump. We do.
Oh. Yeah.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's funny when you joke about killing one of your fellow politicians in an elevator. That's funny stuff there. And then an assassination attempt is made on one of them. That makes it even funnier, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Oh, that's rich.
She's good.
That's rich.
She's just a natural with the comedy.
Yep. Also, she wants convicts in prison and on death row to vote.
But people who are convicted in prison, like the Boston Marathon bomber, on death row, people who are convicted of sexual assault, they should be able to vote?
I think we should have that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should have that conversation.
All right. Thank you.
That's my answer. All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Because I made sure that a lot of people stayed in prison extra long in California so they could work on the chain gangs.
Right.
But we can have that conversation.
Sure. She also wanted to abolish ICE, right?
A lot of the signs at the rally you just held were people standing there saying, abolish ICE.
Yeah.
Is that a position that you agree with?
Listen, I think there's no question that we've got to critically re-examine ICE and its role and the way that it is being administered and the work it is doing. And we need to probably think about starting from scratch because there's a lot that is wrong with the way that it's conducting itself, and we need to deal with that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's when she was a senator. And she also was going on, we may even have it where she was going on about the voting machines. I don't know. She was attacking the legitimacy of the voting machines as well.
That's right. A lot of Democrats were until it benefited them.
But we need to really examine her stance on the border because she was appointed the border czar, if you remember correctly.
She was.
And,
yes, she was.
She's talking about border crossings here. 26.
I think we just played
that was all of it.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's where Trump should attack her.
Yep,
it says 25 and 26, but that's not correct.
Oh, it's different? I don't know. If we have a new one, play it, Chris.
We had a very spirited debate on this stage last night on the topic of decriminalization of the border. If you'd be so kind, raise your hand if you think it should be a civil offense rather than a crime to cross a border without documentation.
Idiots.
Can we
Morons.
keep the hands up so we can see them?
What was Joe doing?
There she is.
What was
Joe's
Joe
trying to make a point.
Joe was like,
Yes, he was trying to make a point.
He's trying to make.
Wow.
The dementia was already.
Joe's trying to make a point. I don't want to raise my hand, but I do want to say something.
I mean, she was terrible, and you can pin the whole border crisis on her because she was the border czar.
Yeah, that's what he should.
And 10 million people have crossed the border illegally,
if not more.
I mean, that's true.
And it's probably considerably more. Plus hundreds, if not thousands, of people on the terrorist watch list. Not to mention the fentanyl that has crossed the border. The other criminal aliens that have crossed the border and committed murders and rapes in this country.
So let's say that she ends up becoming the Democrat nominee. Who would you like to see as her running mate? Because did you have that clip of Katie Tour, Chris? Is that clip 27? Yeah, 27. Here we go. Here comes the nightmare.
Katie Tour.
So I want to ask Cornell about all those options in a second, but first, I'm curious what you think of a full female ticket, of a Harris Whitmer ticket. Just go big on the Democratic side and push back specifically at all that machismo energy that we got out of the RNC. Hulk Hogan on the stage, Donald Trump yelling fight, fight, fight. It's a very masculine ticket over there. What about going with two women?
It's certainly it's a great possibility, and I will tell you, one of those women will win you.
One of those women will win you?
Will win you.
Oh, okay.
That's all you need.
One of those women will win you.
What, about Red State? Is that what he's going to say?
I don't know. An all-female ticket, that would be interesting.
Yeah, it would.
I love that.
Harris Whitmer.
I love the liberal perspective there from Katie Tour. Yeah, see, Republicans can do testosterone really well, so maybe we should go the opposite.
We'll go estrogen.
We can't
That's what we'll
fake being tough.
That's great.
I swear.
So they're
know,
always
about
know what a
identity
woman is
politics. Yeah, that's a good question.
What she received?
I don't know.
George Soros backing.
Oh, Alex
Did you see
Soros
that?
yesterday.
Alex Soros.
Yeah, he tweeted out that picture of
Look
them
at that.
together.
He's ready.
There they are.
So all the money she's raised.
There
is
it
from him.
is.
Yep, that's what I was saying. But according to the breaking news, people said it was all small donations.
Of course.
Right.
Give me a
It was
break.
all small donations.
Grassroots.
That's good.
Grassroots.
It's already started to
yes.
be grassroots for her.
Uh-huh.
Right. Okay.
I'll bet you nearly all of it came from Soros. I'll bet
Absolutely.
I'll bet it did.
And the Time magazine is already promoting. Here we go.
Oh, wow.
Time magazine.
Get
is
out.
ready.
Nice.
Wow.
If you're listening, the Time magazine cover features Kamala walking into the shot and Joe leaving it.
Yeah, because Kamala's unburdened right now.
Yeah, by what has been?
Yeah.
Well, and I think that she's focused on what can be.
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken.
No, you're not.
But unburdened by what has
been.
been.
Yeah.
So that's really good. That's really good.
I mean, that's her campaign slogan, probably.
Oh, it has to be.
And by the way, I'm going to blame Montel Williams for all this.
Oh,
Yeah, he's the
don't.
one that started it out, right?
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah,
Show
he
us.
was dating her, showing her. There she is.
She dated some prominent
this-
men, including in 2001, former talk show host Montel Williams. Back then, he was the famous one and had to introduce her to the paparazzi. Now the whole
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
Kamala. Okay. So it was him, and then it was, or was it
No,
before
that was
Mayor
that
Brown,
was-
San
that was after
Francisco?
Brown, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was after him.
I think that was after Brown.
And then Montel.
I think.
Huh.
I'm positive about that now.
Was she senator?
But she's
at that
pretty
time?
young there.
No.
She's pretty young
Oh,
there.
really young. Yeah, she looked good, actually.
Yeah.
That was 2001. How old is she now?
86.
86.
I don't know. She's like 52, maybe?
Because I just know that on a meme
Ish.
this weekend going around, she was 29 when she was the homewrecker for Willie Brown.
Oh, wow.
Oh. So that probably was before Willie.
Yeah.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze
Yeah.
Radio Network.
And so are you. Thanks for being with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Joe Biden has left the race. The cadaver chief has left the race. The word-selling chick now takes his place. She got where she is by sleeping around. For being dumb, she is renowned. All right. Could do that a second time, but I don't know if my voice will hold up. It's kind of weird. You know what it is? I think it's COVID. I think I got. Yeah, better get tested, like the president did.
Oh no!
After he breathed in everybody's face at the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
That's great. I love it when he does that.
I went to the grocery store or whatever there
grocery
too.
store. Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, that little girl on the counter. Remember
Yeah.
that? Oh.
Spread it all up and down the East Coast.
Yes, sir. I see. I don't know that this is real. I saw this was posted. It's a timeline of missed calls on President Biden's phone.
I don't know if it's real.
I don't know if it's real or not. But there's a message here from President Zelensky that says, "Please answer."
He called 52 times.
Wow,
and
52 missed calls.
And then it says, "I'm scared" at 1:25, and then at 2:02, "My money's still coming, right?" And then at 2:47, it just totals out as 52 missed calls.
Yeah, please
That's
answer.
Awesome.
Wow.
Wow. Please answer.
He sounds
That's awesome.
upset.
Again, I don't know if that's real or not.
It's so good. Of course it's real. What do you mean? It's right there.
I think what's
It's out on the screen.
I think what's missing from that analysis there from Jeffy is leave it to Joe Biden to put Joe Biden as his screensaver on his phone.
Yeah.
Well, he has to remember himself.
He has to
remember who he is. Oh, wait, I'm the president.
Oh, yeah,
right.
that's me.
Yes,
well,
that's
he's
me.
forgotten multiple times, frankly.
Yes, he has.
He's called Kamala the president.
My boss.
And Joe, if you misplace your phone, just look for the one with your picture on it. That's Jill telling him a little helpful tip.
So what,
She's got to be
remember-
pissed right now, right?
Oh my gosh!
Can you imagine?
Don't forget the magazine is on the shelves right now from Vogue. She's on the cover talking about how how important she is and how she's behind the scenes with Dr. Jill and what a wonderful thing is. That's gone. Have a nice day.
Yeah, right. I mean, he dug in his heels only to remove those heels a short time later.
Yeah. I mean,
But
he must look. He
got the message from Obama, and it was time to go.
And it's very possible that he is fading faster than we think.
Yeah,
and that he's a lot sicker than we think.
And I think he's pretty sick.
It's very possible that is actually taking place.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I mean, this is Delaware right now. I mean, he's on life support.
The man has 6 more months in office. Get out.
Right.
What makes you qualified to be president if you can't run for president?
You can't lose sight of that. And do I want Kamala Harris to be president? No. But it's for a very short time because November 5th, she starts to go away. And by January 20th, we got somebody else in the White House.
And they'll do, Keith is right. They'll do everything to not let that happen because that gives Kamala a little bit more gravitas.
It gives her an unfair advantage against Gavin Newsom. He won't like that, and neither would Gretchen Whitmer.
No,
but they might have no choice.
This is your.
I don't
bet.
know. We'll see.
This is your bet. Yeah. Go ahead and lie.
It's going to be interesting. I'm looking for. Forgot to. Seth Moulton. Did you read? Okay, Seth Moulton talked about how Biden was flickering. This might have been one of the final straws, too. A man that considers Biden a friend and a mentor said this the other day about him, that he's flickering, in and out of consciousness. He said that, they've been friends for quite a while. I think they've known each other really well since 2014. So for 10 years, they've been friends. Moulton considers Biden a mentor. When he saw him at a rally, Biden didn't know who he was.
Right.
According to Seth Moulton, it's like I had the impression that he didn't know who I was. They've been friends for over 10 years.
Right. That's what I mean. He may actually,
so it might be really
going
bad.
in and out. And, we've seen the in and out phases. We've been documenting it since the beginning. But it might be really bad now.
Yeah, and he says
really bad.
It was at the Normandy celebration last month. He said, I saw him in a small group at Normandy for the 80th anniversary of D-Day, and for the first time, he didn't seem to recognize me. Of course, that can happen as anyone ages, but as I watched the disastrous debate a few weeks ago, I have to admit that what I saw in Normandy was part of a deeper problem.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the crowd, Seth.
Well, and then this just happened this week. Joe Biden thought he was talking to Dr. Jill, and he was not. Check this video out.
Okay.
This was old.
Oh, yeah, that's not this week.
This was old.
Well, when was that from?
This is a while ago.
Regardless, it did look like he thought he was talking to Jill, and then she rushed over.
That was a while ago because remember that was Doug's day to watch him, and he wasn't doing a good job.
Right.
And I'm sorry, the second gentleman. Jill came over, and remember, if you watch that again, Jill came over and pointed to him like, "We're going over this way." And as soon as she walked away, he turned around and went the other way. Yeah.
Watch that.
I mean, it's incredible. It's like, oh, no, we're done. Honey, we've got to go over here. We're pointing this way. Okay. Let's go. We're going over this way.
No, over there? Right. No, I want to follow this blonde. Wait, I like her.
That was a while ago, though.
So he was making his round last week.
My sister's trying to tell me to go this way, but I don't want to. So I'm going to follow my wife over here.
That was a flickering moment.
Flickering, yeah.
God, it's been 4 years of flickering moments.
It has.
Yeah. I mean, if the Democrats were honest, they would have stopped this train before it got on the tracks because he was acting this way in the 20.
Oh, we talked about it often.
I mean,
during the race, we talked about it.
But see, they got what they wanted, the empty suit that they could control. Unfortunately, from their perspective, it was worse than even they needed it to be.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yes.
And here we are, making American history. For when was the last time this ever happened? The person who won 14 million votes during the primary is not, for sure, not going to be your nominee. That's going to make for a really interesting convention.
And Democrat voters will not hold it against their party. They will not.
Of course, they won't.
They will not care that they are being ignored because they've been through this before with Bernie and Hillary.
This is a situation where you could see multiple ballots happen, like 10, 15, 20.
Oh, really?
What was it, 50 back in the 1850s or around 60 in there somewhere? Yeah. There were, I think it was 50 ballots or something that they cast before they finally got the winner, Abraham Lincoln. Wasn't it 50? I don't know. It was in the mid 1800s, and I think it was the nomination of Lincoln, but I'm not positive on that. But it hasn't happened for a long time, so this would be really interesting. First of all, they're going to have all kinds of psychos outside the convention. Can you imagine?
Right.
Between the Hamas caucus and who knows, Black Lives Matter and
the abortion
people.
Baby killers will be out there.
Oh, my gosh. Everybody's going to be out there.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Have fun.
It would maybe a good time not to go to Chicago.
Is there ever a good time
I wouldn't want to be in Chicago. I'll tell you that during the convention. It's going to be 1968 all over again.
August 16th through August 19th. Buckle up.
Wow.
And I believe Vivek Ramaswamy said it perfectly on his tweet. We're not running against a candidate. We're running against a system.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's good.
Yeah. Well, he's out.
Well, he predicted this, Pat. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes, he
predicted
did.
This was going to happen.
Yeah, he did a year or so ago, right?
Yep.
So that's going to be clip 28, right? Because we got two Vivek. And the one Vivek that I pulled, that's already outdated because of what happened this weekend.
Yeah, so clip 28. This is his prediction.
Look, I think that the reality is the managerial class around Biden has lost their use for him. This has been obvious to me since last year. Play out the incentives. He is not the strongest candidate they can put up. What? And these people, they have stopped at nothing to keep Donald J. Trump out of office. You think they're going to stop at this step? No. I think it's actually one different game they're playing, Kaylee, is they want this to happen as late as possible into the cycle. They want it to be in the honeymoon phase of a new candidate. Right. Initially, you get that honeymoon phase before the scrutiny comes. Yeah. If that swap out comes in August or even after August, they get to put up a candidate who will not yet have had the scrutiny, keep Republicans guessing. And that's, I think, the game that's actually going on here. And the reality is, I think there's only two viable choices, really, if you think about it. The Democratic Party is wedded to identity politics. The only reason Kamala Harris got that job, frankly, is because she was a black woman. Don't take my words, take it from the words of the Democratic Party itself, which leaves Kamala Harris or Michelle Obama. That's where I predict this plot ends, and I don't think it's going to happen particularly soon. I think it's in their incentive to wait as long as possible, and that's exactly where I think the game goes from here.
We need a place for this guy.
We sure
do. We need an important place.
And
yes. More important probably than White House press secretary.
Yes. I agree.
Although he'd be tremendous at that. He's so sharp and so good and so dead on with policy that he's got to have a place somewhere, right? In the administration. He's just too good.
Yeah, I mean this is the worst case scenario, right, for Republicans, as far as dragging it out as long as you can, and then you don't have time to vet whoever it is, Kamala or whoever.
Right.
You don't give a chance. Don't think about us. Don't think about this audience. Think about your neighbors, your family, your friends who don't pay attention to politics when you have that short little window there, and you say, okay, you can have Donald Trump, who many independent voters are like, I don't care for him, or maybe I'll vote for him, definitely vote for him over Biden, and all of a sudden you give him any
But now
fresh
you've
face,
given him a fresh
whether
guy
it's
or
Kamala,
girl.
Gavin, whoever, and then they go, oh, it's not Trump, I'll go for that person. This is the worst case scenario for Republicans.
Well, it's why Stu's been so adamant
about
stay in there, Joe.
Yeah.
Hang in there. Don't listen to him.
Do it.
Dig in your heels. Now, I'm not sure Kamala can do this, but she doesn't have the baggage of Joe Biden. She's got her own baggage, but it's less known
than
Biden's right now. So we'll see. I mean, she still doesn't have a huge approval rating. It's still lower, I think, than even Biden's. I think she's around 34% approval, which is not good.
No.
That's not a good place to start. So we'll see. We'll see. While Biden has stayed out of sight, and certainly did over the weekend, Donald Trump held a rally in Michigan. And his ear's healing up. He's now using a Band-Aid over the wound. So
look at that.
And of course, Lee Greenwood.
Oh, is he still playing at the Republican
convention?
They're
just piping in.
They're just piping it in from that. Okay, I see.
Lee Greenwood still introducing Donald Trump.
So he's down
at
to
the
Band-Aid.
RNC convention. Okay, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
There it is.
Healing up.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting. I'd like to see what's underneath. Just show us. Just pull it off for a second. Let's see what's going on.
I want to see the hole.
I do too.
Do we
it's going to
have-
be part of the ear's gone, though,
Because
right?
Ronnie
I
Jackson
don't know
is
if they're
the
saying.
doctor that's been treating him, right? And
Are they saying it's gone? The top of the ear is gone?
I think
They're saying he's missing a chunk.
Yeah.
Huh.
We don't know if it's the top of the ear.
Well, that'll be weird when the
That'd be
Band-Aid
really
comes
weird.
off.
Yeah.
That'll be weird. We've never had a president
We have to put
who
some,
was,
we need to get some Play-Doh
earless.
and stick it on that thing or something, man.
Well, there's got to be plastic surgery done.
There has to be.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, he's a billionaire. You don't just leave the ear partially hanging
No,
off.
you use Play-Doh.
My president needs a full ear.
Yeah.
My president.
Yeah,
So-
I think you're right.
Hold on. But
Yes, he
have
needs
you-
a full ear.
Have
Yeah.
you seen the Blue Anon? Keith Olbermann has been tweeting out that he doesn't even believe that Trump
That it
was
happened.
shot.
Oh.
Yeah. And so
Did you see the blood, Keith? Jeez.
Look at
There
that.
remains no evidence he was struck by a bullet and no evidence he's not lying about it. Please enjoy the Countdown with Keith Olbermann podcast and stop drinking this Fox News Kool-Aid. It ends in Jonestown.
Wait, what's the? And then there's okay. So here he's talking about Ronnie Jackson, whose medical license has expired. So he's saying,
In brief, Ronnie Jackson isn't a doctor, which is perfect because Trump wasn't hit by a bullet.
these people are insane.
And don't forget,
That's awesome.
Mr. Bush, you're a fascist. Get them to print you a T-shirt with fascist on it.
Woo!
that's powerful.
That's a
man.
burn. That is a
That's one of the biggest burns of all time.
first class burn.
He's good.
Mr. Bush, you are a fascist. Get them, I don't know who they are, but get them to print you a T-shirt with the word fascist on it. And then I guess you would then wear it.
Wear it, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You'd
got
wear
it.
it.
You got it.
And
You got
then
And people would know.
people know
will
you're
call
a
you.
fascist.
Everyone will know.
So powerful from Keith. Good one. That's a good one.
Yes, it is.
Unreal. All right. You know, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. Nobody knows better than me right now how important a really good realtor is. We had a great realtor, And she gave us great advice, and it worked to perfection, and that's what you need in your life.
Absolutely.
We vetted these agents nationwide, and so only the best can be part of Real Estate Agents I Trust. Glenn put this together and didn't want you to have the crappy experience he had when he was in Connecticut trying to sell his home. These are full-time agents. These are agents who have great track records, great marketing plans, and know how to get the job done. They know what buyers are looking for, so they can give you the advice you need when you're trying to figure out, all right, what do we do to the house? What do we not do to the house? What can we get our money out of? What won't we? And then you go from there. It's a free service, too, so there's no reason not to try it. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
That's right, Mama. Yeah, baby. Welcome. Right in the Keksi box of cookies today. Now, coming soon.
The new one?
I think
That has
August.
the new one in it?
Yeah, August 1st, but these are unofficially available right now.
Oh, nice.
This is the coffee cake with the
Yeah, I'm
delicious
looking forward
cinnamon.
to the coffee cake.
I just had a
So
bite.
Delicious.
I need my coffee.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh,
Then
so
the
good.
Texas sheet cake is in here. Oh, man.
That's all right.
Some really, I think these are the Snickerdoodle. Delicious.
Ooh, those are good, too.
So good. By the way, if Nabisco or Nestle in the market for a really fantastic cookie
what do you have
company,
against the
let me know.
elves? What do you have against
Let me
the
know.
elves?
No, I don't have a thing. I love the elves. You can bake these in a hollowed out tree if you want. I don't care. Just come knocking.
So
Come
you're
knocking.
saying if an offer comes, you're willing to entertain it?
I'm willing to listen.
To listen?
Yeah, I'm willing to
Wow.
listen. Willing to listen.
So you've been that good of a business owner right
Yep.
now that you like.
Exactly.
Okay,
That
I'm ready to pass it on.
if need be, if somebody wants it bad enough,
mean-
yeah.
The fiduciary responsibility of the company is to entertain offers.
Thank you. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Anyway, Keksi.com. If you're looking for some really delicious cookies, go to Keksi, Keksi.com. We are in the midst of a celebratory day, sort of. I'm really mixed
too.
on this.
Me too. And really, it'll be awesome if Joe actually comes out today on the porch up there in Delaware and says, I don't know where that letter came from.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
I don't know. You can tell that's not my signature,
Right.
But I'm not going anywhere.
Right. I would almost hope
That
he
would
does
be
that.
awesome.
I almost hope he
That
does
would
it.
be awesome.
But I don't think
I
that's
don't
going
think
to
so
happen
either, but it
because
would be
Barack
awesome.
Obama has spoken. Not publicly, but privately, and that was enough. That was enough to end it.
Well, he spoke publicly yesterday, right? But just didn't.
He
didn't.
endorsed the process.
The process.
Now, Fox News has confirmed that Kamala called Obama yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Or that,
So they've spoken on the phone, and I'm sure she asked for his endorsement, and he didn't give it.
Well,
So what does that say
I
to
thought
you?
the tag said that Obama had spoken to Kamala, right? So you're just assuming that she called.
She called
him.
Yeah, I think they
Okay.
said she called.
Oh, okay. I mean, it makes sense. But
Yeah, of course she's going to call.
She
See
wants
if
something from me. She can call.
Right.
I got some.
Obama's not calling
Yeah.
Kamala.
Yeah,
No.
she wants something from me. She can call.
I got breaking news. I hate to disappoint everyone, but Senator Joe Manchin, who earlier we reported was considering returning to the Democrat Party to run for president, he confirms he won't challenge Kamala Harris for the
Wow, is that disappointing?
quote. I don't need that in my life. Yeah, either do we, Joe. Sorry.
Yeah, none of us need that.
Now go back to the boat.
Although
Easy.
I will
Yeah.
say, a moderate Democrat, which almost doesn't exist, he'd be better than anybody else they're going to put out there. I mean,
Yeah.
if he really had any giblets, it would be helpful. And he doesn't seem to. So I'm not sure it would matter much. But, I mean, he is more moderate than the others that we're going to be subjected to. That's for sure. But will Kamala get the endorsement of Biden? So far, no, on Obama. So far, no. Now, Joe gave her his endorsement.
Right.
But it's a completely different animal if Obama does.
Yes, it is. Now, remember, that's what they were talking about last week, right? That this was going to happen, and Joe was not going to endorse Kamala and leave it to an open convention.
Right.
Right.
And so,
Then
Well, it
somebody
doesn't
got-
matter. It's still an open convention because he can't just appoint the nominee. That's not democracy. So it's going to be interesting to see how much they believe in democracy now. That will really be tested, won't it? Because 14 million people Let me remind you, 14 million people voted for Joe Robinette Biden to be the Democrat nominee.
Yeah.
Do you just cast them aside? 14 million votes? What about democracy? Oh, I'm sick about it. Sick about it. So, anyway, it's got to be an open convention, doesn't it? I would think. I would think you have to open it up and let everybody fight it out. Invite Gavin Newsom in and Gretchen Whitmer and Andy Beshear and anybody else
Which, again,
wants to.
Shrinks that window even more if it's not Kamala in the honeymoon period there. Where you have no time to vet this person. Don't forget, early voting begins in 3 states as early as September 20th.
Well, you're definitely in the honeymoon period there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is...
Do we know what 3 states they are?
Yes. South Dakota.
Okay.
Ooh, the gravel pit state.
Virginia and Minnesota. So you got 2 battleground states that start voting September 20th.
Wow.
And the Democrat convention wraps up August 19th. You've got 1 month between the convention and early voting starting. And that's how much time you may have to get to know whoever the nominee is.
Again, soak this up. This is American history in the making right now. I mean, we'll be talking about this 50 years from now. I won't. But somebody will be talking about it 50 years from now. And
you plan on retiring?
I was going to say,
yeah,
you're going to
within 50 years, yeah. I'll be
is that
retiring from the planet.
Oh, wow. And, okay. Well,
so, yeah.
That's nice knowing you.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
I'm kind of doubting I'm going to make it to 113.
Break it to us more.
We need
more
to talk.
softly,
We need to talk, okay?
113, I'm thinking, no, I've checked out by then. I've checked out. So we'll see, though. Maybe not.
Pessimist.
Yeah. So really, tell your kids about this. Pay attention to what's going on right now because it's pretty big. We haven't had this in our lifetime. In anybody's lifetime that's currently residing on this planet. It's not happened. So,
but don't worry, Pat, Harry Sisson and Chris Mowrey, they're ready.
Are they ready?
Yeah.
They've already changed.
Look at that. They've endorsed Vice President Harris, and let's show Chris.
21 years old. He's fully supporting.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I thought you were completely behind Joe Robinette Biden, who is so powerful and dynamic.
Want to elect the first black woman as president, so they're ready. Chris and Harry already sold out.
Wow.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
Of course. They're still on the payroll of the Democrat Party.
Exactly.
Sure. So, good for them.
Sad.
Incredible value system for the two of them. More coming up in just a minute. Hang on.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Some tweets here. Phil Sharp tweets, if they wanted Kamala, they could have pushed Joe across the finish line and then had him bow out. Vice President Trump tweets, in 2016, Bernie got screwed over by the DNC the same way Joe Biden is. The party that's supposedly saving democracy is moving these decisions away from the people and back to smoke and cocaine-filled rooms. Fact. Very true. Toasty Mitts politics. The Democrats are so delusional that they'll choose Pete Buttigieg as vice president to have the first woman gay ticket and call it historic and brave.
That'll be fun.
Oh, that could be.
That could be.
Andy Beshear.
Super identity politics right there.
Andy Beshear has just endorsed Kamala on Morning Joe.
What a stunning surprise.
Well,
who would have guessed?
He's vying for that VP
Oh, he
spot
sure is.
Sure.
Sure is. From Patrick Hill, keep Biden in office. Kamala doesn't deserve to be the first woman president in history. Don't give her that honor. And eternal talking point. That's
yeah. But that was our case before, though, right? Give her the gig, and then have her go away. Mm-hmm. There you go. You get to be president. You get to be the first woman president.
Would it give her enough gravitas, though, to get across the finish line November 5th?
No,
I don't think so.
No. That's what I was saying. Let her have it, and then go away.
Yeah.
Say you don't want it. Anyway, whatever. I was so crazy. We do have a couple things, and since I know we didn't, we don't have time to get to the Fat Five, but there's a couple things in the Fat Five I'd like to get to today. Like they announced this past Friday that Democratic Republican Sheila Jackson Lee of Texas.
Oh, she died.
Died.
That's
at
right.
the age of 74. Her office said in a statement that she was a fierce champion of the people, affectionately and simply known as Congresswoman by her constituents in recognition of her near ubiquitous presence and service of their daily lives for more than 30 years. Now, they have not given a cause of death yet, but she did reveal that she had pancreatic cancer, and there's usually no coming back from that, no matter who you are. So I'd like to, if we have a moment of silence for Sheila Jackson Lee. Okay, that's good. Yep. Dead at the age of 74.
Maybe they'll name the Mars base station after her.
You don't wish bad things on people like that.
No.
Don't wish her ill at all. But not a good congresswoman. And
really not a good person.
Not a nice person, not intelligent. And so, but we lost her.
Yeah,
we lost her.
Well,
enough said on Sheila Jackson Lee.
The moon was gases, right? Was it the moon or the sun that she said it was gases?
Yeah, it was
the moon.
Was it the moon?
I think it was the moon. Yeah, that was just recent.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was the moon. Yeah.
Yeah, because we were doing. Oh, yeah, because it was during the solar eclipse.
Oh, right.
Yes, and
right.
And then she said it was gases.
You've heard the word full moon. Sometimes you need to take the opportunity just to come out and see a full moon is that complete rounded circle, which is made up mostly of gases.
And
that's why the question is why or how could we as humans live on the moon? Are the gases such that we could do that?
Right. Oh, it's such that we could.
The sun is a mighty powerful heat that is almost...
Where are you getting that?
...impossible to go near the sun.
Okay, it's almost impossible to go near the sun. Not completely, but almost.
Fierce.
The moon is more manageable.
Moon's
and
more
you
manageable.
will see in a moment, or not a moment, you'll see in a couple of years that NASA is going back to the moon.
Okay. Oh, well, there you go. And it's mostly gas.
I mean, in her defense, she's no Chelsea Handler. At least she knows.
True.
At least Sheila Jackson Lee.
Yes, the sun and the moon are different.
They're two different things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True. Chelsea said.
I didn't know, and this is true.
This is true.
I didn't know until I was 40 years old that the sun and the moon were not the same thing.
Okay, that's just stupid. That's just butt stupid.
Rest in peace, Sheila Jackson Lee.
Oh, I did not say that. I just said she was dead.
I did.
Yeah, we hope she does.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So there you go.
Okay.
All right. We don't wish ill will on people.
Yeah. Jeffy. Chill.
Yesterday at that Michigan rally, here's what Donald Trump had to say when he didn't like what he saw on the monitor.
I have to just interject. If you would turn off those cameras because I don't want this. See the screen up there of me? That's very severe, that comb over. That's a severe sucker. What's with that one? It looks okay from the other side.
That looks okay.
But that is very severe.
Severe.
I apologize. Man.
All right, write that down.
I looked up there. I said, whoa. Look at that.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
That's like a work of art.
That's awesome.
We need this
He's
guy.
much more self-deprecating.
We need this guy for the next 3 months.
Yes.
Yep. He's much more self-deprecating.
Yes, he is.
It's a good feel from him.
Yes, it is.
That one, don't look. That one looks.
And he looks fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look worse than it ever did. Really, does it?
He just
It's more severe. You hear the
He
man?
just realized that he looks like that.
I don't know. It just looked fine to me. But this is a good tone for him.
Yes, it is.
I like it. I hope he keeps it up. And he invited an attendee at the rally up on stage.
Oh, this was awesome.
Here's the guy that I stood up here. Are you the same guy, the same muscles? Look at that guy. Are you the same guy? Yes? No kidding. It's pretty good memory, right? Unlike somebody else that I happen to be running. You wouldn't. Come on up here.
Let him up
Get
here.
up here.
Get up here.
I got to get this guy. This guy was central casting. Look at him. Look. Oh, I think he was standing on a box. That was the only thing. I said, come on up here. Don't hurt yourself. Can you get him up? I like this guy. He's a serious union guy, a United Auto Workers. You look at him get over there. It's okay. He does not carry guns. He's not. Come on up here. Look at him. Look at his shape he's in.
I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see this guy. I told you we're going to get 85 million of us out there to vote for him. So let's go home from this rally and do our part.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Exactly. Huh.
Cool.
That was
All right.
cool.
So at least you didn't feel
really
his
cool.
biceps like Biden would have done.
Oh, he would have definitely done that.
Biden would have been all over that guy. Oh, look at those muscles.
Come and see me when I leave.
And would have said something about football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He couldn't be blocking for him, though, because...
He's not a big, tall, black guy.
Right, exactly.
32 days away from college football, by the way. I'd like to point out.
Nice.
August 24th, a Big 12 matchup between Florida State and Clemson.
That'll be fun.
Are they playing that soon?
In Ireland, yeah.
Okay. In Ireland. That's dumb. What a waste of time and money. We go to Ireland to play football. Come on. Let the NFL do that if they want to do that stupidity. You stay here and play here. Would you please?
And
your fans want to go to the game.
Big 12 joke. I got it. Okay.
Yeah, did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You sure? You sure?
The future Big 12 matchup between Florida
He
State
didn't use the word
and
future.
Clemson.
Busted.
All right. So when it comes to the, what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania, and the shooting, even foreign countries are paying close attention to what happened there. Here's a cartoon from overseas.
Being checked. Which building? The only building in front of the stage. Ah, that building. Maybe. Maybe not. How maybe not? You think it's necessary? I see a guy moving on the roof. Ah, the usual guys. Boss is very suspicious. He might be doing a parkour. He's lie down flat on his stomach. He's probably resting after doing parkour. He's looking towards Trump. Maybe the Trump fan tried to get a better view of him. Okay, he's pulled out a rifle. A rifle. Definitely a rifle. Can you tell if it's a real rifle? How I know if it's real? Maybe it's fake, and we are worrying for nothing. It's a real rifle. Very strange. Boss, awaiting your orders. Do you see any clay pigeon shooting devices? I don't think he's practicing shooting clay pigeons. We need to be sure, Frank. Boss, now he's aiming towards Trump. Can you see his expression? What expression? His facial expression. He seems to be mad. I don't know, boss. Or is he looking at him admirably? I can't tell. Maybe he's just using the rifle scope to get a better look. Boss, if we don't act now, he will shoot him. Stay calm, Frank. I don't think. He's shooting, boss. Holy cow. He's still shooting. What do I do? Are you sure you don't see any clay pigeons around? No clay pigeons. All right, in that case, fire a warning shot immediately. We couldn't have known, Frank. We did everything we could. Some things are just unpredictable. An attack on a presidential candidate and a guy shooting. This is not the U.S. I know.
Here we are.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, Trump's
sad
team...
and embarrassing, really.
Sad.
They had...
Yes.
My gosh.
Trump's team wasn't even informed as the threat was unfolding. So we could have gotten him off the stage with 10 minutes to
Which is
spare.
what we talked about.
Yep. Secret Service denied extra protection, though the Trump team had been requesting
They've
it
been
for
complaining about it for
2 years.
Yeah.
2 years.
Yep.
And by the way, it also came out that most of the security in Butler, Pennsylvania wasn't even Secret Service.
Right.
That was shocking.
That was just like
was
the
DHS,
investigative unit of the DHS.
DHS was assigned to Trump's detail. That's who was protecting him on Butler, PA.
Yeah, apparently.
DHS
Wow.
agents.
Yeah, apparently they didn't have the resources because they were too busy covering NATO.
And let's not forget, because of this, a man lost his life.
Yes.
Okay? Not Trump,
Yes.
but a 50-year-old man who was, quite honestly, sounds like a really good man,
yes.
a good family man.
Absolutely.
And
saved his family's life.
Senselessly murdered.
Yeah.
At the rally because of their incompetence.
And as we suspected, they were not on the same radio frequency, according to Senator Ron Johnson. Senator Johnson also reports that the Secret Service skipped a 9 a.m. meeting that morning with local law enforcement.
Oh, my gosh.
It just continues.
It definitely
just
continues. And I saw a compelling video and audio this weekend that seems like there was more than one shooter. I saw there was the sound of the guns shooting, and there were obviously there was more than one if you count the sniper gun. But this video that I saw, there's at least 3 different guns.
Looking forward to the conversation we're going to have with Steve Baker on Free Think Friday coming up, because he's been covering inside and out this assassination attempt. And by the way, who's the man in gray? The man in the gray suit? Clip 21?
He was an ATF guy, right?
I don't know. Let's see. Who's clip 21 here?
The local officers went up to that roof and started taking pictures of the dead body, of the shooter's body. So suddenly, a guy in a gray suit walks up the ladder and goes up to the roof.
Umbrella man.
And this guy in the gray suit, who didn't appear to have credentials, everybody assumed he was the Secret Service. So he tells one of the local law enforcement, send those pictures to this cell phone. And he gives him a number. And everybody assumed, oh, that must be Secret Service. It turns out it wasn't Secret Service. So we're going to tell you exactly who that person was and what agency the local enforcement sent the pictures to. Ron Johnson has it all in his preliminary report, and it's pretty incredible. So we're digging deep into this investigation of that massive security failure that occurred when a shooter was able to get 7 shots out. And, of course, grazing President Trump's ear and killing Corey Compertor, which we all pray for his family right now. So we're talking about that this morning. We will also talk with Eric.
So, ATF?
Johnson said, I think in that same interview that she's promoting, that it was an ATF guy who has since gone dark.
Interesting. A guy in a suit would just be on scene hanging around. Yeah. And by the way, it also says something about the people involved there, that they would just send, with not knowing a guy's credentials, just start sending pictures of the crime scene to this number. They don't even verify.
It's incredible.
And you heard the 7 shots. That video and audio that I heard this weekend was the 3 shots that they believe were from the shooter, the presumed shooter, and then those other 4 or 5 shots are from. It sure sounds like it's from another weapon. And I don't know.
Could it have been Secret Service?
Sure. Possible.
There were a couple of teams, on 2 different roofs. So who knows? Who knows?
Separate security, of course, took the shooter out, and I'm hearing that we may get a resignation from Kim Cheadle ahead of the
testify today.
Right? She's awful.
Today.
She's supposed to testify.
Testifies today.
Okay.
And she could possibly resign today as well.
Hope so. All right. We all love puppies. We don't want puppies aborted, but there'd be such an outrage, such incredible blowback if you were aborting puppies.
Planned doggyhood?
Oh, can you imagine? Jeez.
Holy cow.
That's why there's preborn, though, because it's so much more important for human babies to be saved, and that's what preborn does. They save the life of the unborn babies by introducing babies to their mom and the mom to their baby. By giving them an ultrasound, a free ultrasound, which is only $28 to do. So if you can afford $28, that would be fantastic. $140 buys 5 ultrasounds, maybe saves 5 lives. To donate, dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby. Or you could donate securely at preborn.com/Pat. Unleashed. The most inappropriately named person on this planet, Joy Behar, apparently doesn't appreciate Donald Trump because he thanked God for sparing his life.
Well, I mean, she's so religious.
Yeah.
I want to point out one thing. I'm speaking to fellow Christians. I was raised Catholic. I'm a Christian girl. When something like this happens to you, like this assassination attempt, and you say something like God was watching me, that is a very unchristian thing to say because it's very narcissistic. What about Corey? What's his name? Compertor, the fireman who also got killed.
I don't know. I think some Christians.
What about all those guys who got killed on Sandy Hook? All of those people. Yeah. It's like, God was watching me and not watching them. There's something very disturbing.
He didn't say that.
God should have pulled the plug on that mic yesterday. Wait, God is the technician now? Yes. We'll be right back. You needed one.
Wow, she's hideous.
Oh, my gosh. And Whoopi's not there to
hideous
hackle on with him.
Where is Whoopi, by the way?
I don't know.
Is she sneaking out of that show? Is she just starting to bow out? She's been gone a lot lately.
She has, but I think she's busy filming a couple of new movies.
I was going to say, isn't she doing a movie, Fisher? We talked about her movies.
Oh, well, what a treat that will be. We'll see her in a movie soon. Oh, I can't wait.
What's the movie? Do we know?
I don't remember. No, yes, there was one already in the can that we saw. You're right, Chris. But I think I saw she was saying something on her Instagram about being.
Cannot wait. I'm with you, Pat. That's going to be a treat.
That's going to be such a treat. I can't.
I mean, you can follow her on Instagram if you want.
Oh man, like I don't already.
Like he doesn't already.
Come on, come on now. Congratulations to Brittney Griner.
Oh,
and her partner / significant other. They became new parents. Don't know how this happened. I guess
cool.
I don't know who impregnated who. If anybody carried the baby, how did this work? Did they adopt? Was there?
Honestly, I don't know.
There had to be something else involved here. Maybe she was created by the Force, that new Acolyte. That new Acolyte show on Disney.
Yeah.
Apparently has informed us that you can create life with the Force if you're a witch.
There you go.
I guess these are witches who have the Force.
Do you have to be a gay witch? Or?
Yes, you do.
Yes,
Wow.
they're lesbian witches.
Yeah.
Sounds like that show's NC-17.
Oh, it's bizarre. I watched. I think I saw one episode.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, I got it.
I've heard from and read multiple accounts of how bad it is.
So Brittney Griner is a new parent.
So
is she the
new
mom
parent,
or the dad? Or
I don't know. Do we find out in the video?
Let's play the video.
We do.
I think there's probably one other job that you're about to get into that is really hard and really scary. You're about to be a mom. How is that feeling? Pops. Oh, let me get it together.
Pops.
About to be a pops.
You gotta call him
Tell me
Pops.
how
Okay,
exciting
Brittany's
that is
the
for you and what you're looking forward to most.
I'm super excited. Well, I mean, I guess I'll just drop it. He's here. So he's here. Yes. 7'8", 7 pounds 8 ounces.
Yeah, baby.
So feminine.
So is Brittney becoming a man, or what's going on here?
They say, as soon as you see him,
have you not heard Brittany speak before?
That you thought
I don't think I have.
just goes out the window.
Yeah, all right,
that's
man.
literally what happens.
That's right. Okay, I got you.
Kind of sucks because I got to leave.
Gotta
you know.
Yeah,
But at the same time,
Pops.
he'll understand.
There's a lot he's not going to understand. Pops. Oh man. That's good. No, I'm happy for him, for them.
Congratulations.
Wow. That's just beautiful. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's the word.
Thank you.
So Pops
is the new mom.
The new
No,
he's a new parent.
Pops.
He's a new Pops.
New Pops. No,
Yeah.
she's
The other
new
one's the
Pops.
mom, right?
We don't know that, though. We don't know that.
That's
he
true.
didn't say that.
Oh, we don't. That's true.
We don't.
That's true.
There's a lot we
Pops
don't
didn't
know
say that.
going on there.
Now, this is completely unrelated to what we've been talking about, but Pathead Andy sent this lovely gift. It's a Dylan Mulvaney
Oh, what a weird segue.
Barbie doll.
That's an odd segue.
Isn't that fun?
Pat.
Yeah. That's,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it
I
is.
quite understand where you're going with
I
that.
don't either, but
Do we all get one? Or?
no.
I do appreciate the Transformer
don't all
logo
get
on
one.
the bottom.
Dylan Mulvaney Barbie doll and his little skirt there.
That's awesome.
I love the Transformers.
I was just going to
That's
mention.
awesome.
I like the
Thank you.
Transformer.
Transformer.
That's a Transformer right
Yes,
there.
it is. Yeah, that's the logo.
They
So
implying that he
More
she
than meets the eye.
Yeah. So Andy wrote, "It was brought to my attention that you appreciated my Hunter Biden action figure that I made for Chrissy Marr a few years ago.
yeah, we showed the picture. It was awesome. Yeah.
Please accept this gift." And I do. Thank you, Andy. I have a special piece coming just for Glenn very soon. Thank you for sharing that. I'm sure you fellas get a lot of stuff, but Eric July is... I don't even know what that word is.
Do you need the wife's glasses?
Is likes his work, maybe. I have other items you guys might be interested in.
Oh.
God bless.
Send them along.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll take whatever you want to send us. Thank you. That's great.
Is that going in the cabinet?
Oh, yeah, it should, right?
Yeah.
Can you see it from
We'll display.
the
We'll find
camera?
a good place for
We'll
it.
find a place for it.
Don't get ahead of us here, Chris.
Well, it could go in my room.
No, we're good.
I got many spaces in here.
All right. So, yeah, nothing to do with Brittney Griner. You know.
thank you.
Yeah, Pops. All right, just call me Pops over there, okay? Yeah. What are you going to be called? I'm Pops. All right?
What else would I be called?
What
Look
else
at me.
would I be called over there? Do I not look like a Pops to you? Ah!
I wish that child...
I'm about to give you a crazy smack upside your head. Then maybe I'll look like a Pops over there.
Together. About to be a Pops. Please tell me how exciting that is.
Nice fingernails, by the way.
Oh, you kidding me? It's super exciting over there.
Yeah?
I'm going to take that kid and teach it how to be a man.
Wait, how? How? Explain to us how you would be qualified
Just
to
like
do that.
me, just follow my lead over there. Okay? I'll teach you how to be a man with your Pops.
But you're a woman.
Over there. What are you talking about? What are you, a biologist over there? I don't think so.
That's interesting.
Over there.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice to see the
So that's fun.
WNBA has been infiltrated.
Did you see that they're only, I think it was 38% lesbian, the WNBA.
That's what they claim, yeah.
38% identify as lesbian.
Interesting.
Which surprised me. I thought it might be a little higher than that.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Why would you?
Why I would think that.
Why?
Maybe it was 97%.
I'll agree to that.
98%.
Yes.
But no, it isn't.
It's not.
So,
No, it's not.
No.
Maybe softball. Maybe softball.
Okay,
That's
maybe.
where they are.
Maybe, yeah. Mm-hmm. But what's her face is fitting right in, right? She slipped right on.
Don't
in
even
there.
start with me on what's her
Caitlin
face
Clark.
because the WNBA All Stars with Caitlin Clark just beat the Olympic team. And but she's
the
not good
women's
enough.
Olympic
the women's
team?
Olympic team,
Yeah.
but she's not good enough to be on the women's Olympic team.
Hang on a
okay.
second. Hang on. Did you see the men's team?
Sure, you got it.
Played.
Barely beat like Southern Uganda
No,
or
it's,
something.
excuse me. It's South Sudan.
South
They've been a
Sudan.
country for all
Okay.
of 10 years.
And they beat them by 1 point.
Wins a win. Wins a win.
Oh, that is
interesting Olympics.
That is frightening. All right, see you tomorrow.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.